So we are at the unveil of the Tata Sierra, the production version of the Tata Sierra. And with us today is the man behind bringing this to light, Ajay Jain, the head of Tata's India Design Studio. Ajay, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergis.
I have to say, it's looking marvelous. I really love the look. And from the presentation, we saw that there were 3 design sketches that were sent by each of your design teams, India, Italy, and the UK. And then the final selection, India took it through. So if you can just tell us a little bit about the process of that.
So there's two sides to that story. One is capacity. The India studio had the capacity, and the other one is passion.
Right.
So Martin felt that uh, the India studio is really passionate about this product, and he thought they are the ones who are going to really fight to get it into production. And this is the test of
Right.
getting the car designed in India. Also, 1991 Tata Sierra was the first car to have been completely designed in India as well, and it's a legacy, it's a heritage, it's a responsibility that we have to kind of complete. And there was,
Right.
there was no compromise expected or accepted.
Right. Right.
So
No, it makes sense, Ajay. I mean, I too, find that it's better having been designed in India because there's so much history and connect here with the original Sierra. And I think this car is all about connect. And I can see that. And I have to say, this, for me personally, I think it's a very, very good connect, and it's a true brand and product sort of resurrection rather than a name borrow or something like that, because styling details. In fact, I have to ask you about the front end because I really like this large rectangular black section that you've done here and the Sierra lettering. In fact, very often people like those, those big fat lettering on top. I think this looks a lot classier and it's still here, right? So
yeah.
what was the thought behind this big black
So,
band here?
you've seen the earlier iterations when we were looking at it as an EV, where it was really flush and it was more seamless.
Mhm.
Um, we looked at the original Sierra, and it has this big, wide
Right. Yeah.
mouth, or mask, as
Right.
it was, and we can't keep that mask because that was made out of a big headlamp, and
Correct.
then there was the Mercedes S
Right.
grill, and then so we've gone to very high tech lamps. We've got to do the super high tech, but we still wanted that power, that petrol, diesel, ice
Right.
power, and we didn't want it to look electric and
Right.
efficient, but still high tech. So we combined, we took the two layers,
Right.
and then we combined that, and we've created this mask and this grill. And one thing, being a designer, and I see somebody who puts some lettering of the car and it's like a little wonky, or it's the wrong color, or it's not tastefully done, it rankles with me. So we wanted to say that this is the Tata badge, the T logo. We've got that, at a center of pride. And then the Sierra is got to be, really subtle and tastefully done. So we had to put the name. And because this is the Tata Sierra,
So,
we don't want it to be a choice that you're going to celebrate the name. Everybody gets to celebrate the name.
so Ajay, I have to walk you over to the side because there's another detail that I really like. Of course, one, the big one everyone knows and we've seen right from the concept is this wrap over glass. Now, you can't do that today. I understand from safety and things like that. You've got to have side impact and things like that. But you've done this black treatment. Looks really nice and classy. I really love it. I have to ask you though about this B pillar because this is another signature, right? The B pillar on the Sierra had this really broad kind of one. You've done this very exaggerated kink. Tell us about this. Was this difficult getting into production? Because there's always design and production people who.
Uh, it was difficult for everybody else because we didn't let go of this.
Okay.
And the last thing Mr. Tata said to us was, keep it. Don't make it thinner. There'll be a lot of people giving you a lot of reasons to make it thinner. Keep it. See, the original Sierra was a 3-door. So it had a big C-pillar.
Yeah.
And it didn't have
Right.
moving glass. So it had a fixed
Correct.
glass.
Yeah.
So it looked flush.
Right.
So we said that within a 5-door,
Right.
this is not the thing that's made it into the fact that we've got no rubber seals. We've got
Yeah.
zero gap between the
Right.
glass. This flushness
Mhm.
that even though it's a 5-door, it still reads like
Right.
the flush glass that was on the original one. That was a fixed glass.
Right.
Also, it was because of that glass that the cabin felt really airy. But the original Sierra, I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't realize it. I thought the roof went all the way to the top, but
Right.
it was a steel roof.
Right.
Here, we've got the biggest sunroof in the country. So when I sit inside, it is more airy and more, spacious and open feeling than the original Sierra.
Right.
So there's things that we've got that were, I mean, if you sat in the back of the original Sierra when we had it in the studio, it gets really hot.
Right.
Whereas this one, it's actually got windows that move up and down.
Right.
It's got a sunroof that opens, so it's not that hot. So
True.
it's actually that look, that feel, that spirit, but in a modern car with the comforts. Like Martin was giving the example of a Lamborghini Countach. A Lamborghini Countach was no comfortable car.
Absolutely.
But a Lamborghini, maybe you've driven the new ones,
Yeah.
they're pretty comfortable.
Uh,
So this is the same thing, but this is our Lamborghini Countach. This is Tata Sierra is Lamborghini Countach. We're giving it with the comfort of today, but with the look and feel. So getting this to line up and be super flush, not having the rubber seals, to make it look like, on a first look, no, even if you look at the first sketch, it always looks like a 3-door. But then you realize, oh, it's a 5-door.
Right. No, absolutely. And in fact, I really like this wrap over because you say no rubber seals. What you mean is visibly, right? They are underneath
They're
here.
underneath.
Yeah. So I think it's really, really cool little design detail. I really like it. Ajay, we've got to get into the insides because there's a lot of design elements in there too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Ajay, inside, I think what I really like is that sound bar in the center because it's nice and distinctive and it's not in your face. It's still, it's there, but it's also not there.
So, Sergis, it's not only the soundbar. When we designed this, we didn't design it to try an automotive cockpit or dashboard. We designed it like a sideboard with where your living room is, where your screen's on top, and where your sound system is at the bottom.
Okay.
So it's a complete package where the sound bar is your central sound system. We wanted you to feel like you're not sitting in a car, but you're sitting in your living room. And when you're sitting in your living room, you have your low sideboard
Right.
on which you probably have your TV, and in the sideboard you have your sound system. So that was the inspiration, and that's what we did. So you first start by cutting the IP to give you this
Right.
sideboard.
Right.
Then in there you have to put the sound bar
Right.
where the speakers are, and on top of that we put this big screen, because today I noticed you go and buy the biggest screen that fits in your living room.
Right.
So we've taken the biggest
Right.
screen that fits into this car.
Edge to edge. No, amazing, amazing. Ajay, I know there's a long line of people waiting to talk to you. Just last question before I leave you, and I'm going to close this back again, is the colors. What I really like is the fact that you've named all of them Indian names, but also kind of attaching them to certain Indian geographies, right? If you could just tell our viewers the color choices
Yeah.
that you guys have designed.
So the hero color is the Andaman Adventure, which is inspired by the corals of the Andaman Ocean and some of the coral fishes that have very bright yellow plumes. Our names are alliterative. We've got Munar Mist. This is Bengal Rouge, and we've got Cool Clouds. What we wanted to do is we want people to have a sense of, when you buy a car like a Tata Sierra, you're going to go on a road trip and you're going to look at a nice place to go on a road trip. So we just wanted to help you out and tell you the places that you could go on a road trip, but also those places are the ones that have inspired us, and the color has come from an inspiration from there. So it's a two-way street. We got inspired by those colors, and we want to inspire you to take a journey with those colors. That's we are an Indian brand, and we want to celebrate our richness. Martin always says India is a rich country. It's very colorful, and we want to celebrate that.
Oh, amazing job also, I have to say. And it is a car that's tied to our history. Nice to see it's being tied to the geography too. So thank you so much, Ajay, for this time. And waiting to get behind
That's
the
a
wheel.
good line. I'm going to use that.
Pretty, is it? See you, Ajay.
That'd just be
Thank
great.
you.